Oh my gosh, guys. What a beautiful morning here on the Wednesday edition of the Morning Buzz. I am joined this time not by Crystal. She is out sick, but we are wishing a speedy recovery for the homie Crystal. Wish she could have been here, but she is not. Instead, we have the one and only Lara Ziccardi joining me here as my co-host.
That
How you
is
doing?
me.
That is you.
Yeah.
Aiden's here as our newscaster. We are joined by Gina as well. Our Trends host, Tommy's here in action, wearing a mask this time, not in his dorm. I'm thinking he's here for our sportscast. It's exciting. We even have someone looking on, seeing how the show is run here by a professional as myself. Guys, we have an exciting show planned for you today. We have some clips from Vice President Harris's roundtable here at Montclair. We are also going to have an interview later on in the show with a content creator. Ooh, teasers. And we have a bunch of stories to talk about. But first, we have a newscast presented to you by the one and only Aiden. Tell us the newscast.
Awesome. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, in international news this morning, a new study from Climate Central shows that roughly 50 major coastal cities will need to implement unprecedented adaptation measures to prevent rising seas from swallowing their most populated areas. According to the report, roughly 385 million people currently live on land that will be eventually overtaken by the high tide, even if greenhouse gas emissions are reduced. In America, Moderna is urging the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to authorize a half-size booster of its COVID-19 vaccine in New Jersey. The company says having the dose increases protection against the coronavirus while helping the worldwide COVID-19 vaccine supply. In New Jersey, for their second and final debate before voters choose the next New Jersey governor, Democratic Governor Phil Murphy and Republican Jack Ciattarelli on Tuesday night argued over COVID-19 vaccines, mass restrictions, school funding, white privilege, and abortion. Murphy continues to lead in the polls. In Montclair, from 12 to 1 p.m., we have Transcending Boundaries in the Student Center. From 1 to 2 p.m. will be the women's group. From 3 to 4 p.m. will be the men's group. And from 4 to 5 p.m. will be Beyond Binaries. It will be cloudy today with highs of 74.
With highs of 74.
A beautiful fall day.
Exactly. And you know what? Once again, here's Isaiah's daily weather complaints. Why can we not just have 87 degrees right now? Beautiful sunshine. I'm going to keep complaining about it every week until it starts to happen.
It's pumpkin spice season.
Oh, gross.
I'm drinking pumpkin coffee right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, Laura, you're fired. We're bringing back Crystal, even though she can barely talk. All right. Great newscast. Thank you, Aiden. Can't wait to hear some more opinions from you later on in the show. But now it is our man Tommy's time to shine. He's ready for the sportscast bright and early at the 7 a.m. mark. Tommy, tell us what's going on, man.
How you doing, guys? All right, so on to another sportscast news. So, there's no Yankees, Phillies, or Mets seasons, but we still got postseason baseball to cover. So, the Atlanta Braves have eliminated the Milwaukee Brewers by a final score of 5-4. They will move on to face the winner of the Giants and Dodgers in the NLCS. The Dodgers beat the San Francisco Giants last night by a score of 7-2 to force a Game 5. Game 5 will be tomorrow at 9:07 p.m. Eastern Time. The Houston Astros embarrassed the Chicago White Sox by a final score of 10-1. They will advance to the ALCS for the fifth straight year to take on the Boston Red Sox. NBA preseason basketball, the New York Knicks played the Detroit Pistons tonight at 7:30 p.m. Brooklyn Nets announced that Kyrie Irving will not practice or play with the team until eligible under local COVID-19 vaccination is fully resolved. NHL season is back. Last night, the Penguins took on the defending Stanley Cup champion Lightning by a score of 6-2. The brand new Seattle Kraken made their debut last night. They were edged by the Golden Knights by a score of 4-3. For local teams, the New York Rangers begin their season on the road as they face the Washington Capitals at 7:30 p.m. For Montclair Sports, there are 3 games today, all against Ramapo College. Men's soccer are on the road at 3:00 p.m. Women's soccer play at home at 7 p.m. And field hockey is home. They will play at Panther at 7:00 p.m. That's all I have for sports for now.
Nice.
Wow. Tommy, you know what? Once again, I feel like we're creating a streak now where I don't have to give the first sportscast, and that is amazing. Thank you,
Woo.
Tommy. We
Good up.
appreciate you telling what's up in the sports world.
Are you a Cleveland Browns fan? I see you're wearing a Cleveland Browns jersey.
All right, Tommy, here's the thing. I love the colors of the Cleveland Browns. I think it
Really?
looks great on me. You know, once again, Isaiah killing the fashion game. One day you'll see me at the Met Gala. Just kidding about all that. But I'm actually a Steelers fan, and this was just on sale, so I bought it.
As you
Oh,
should.
okay.
Yeah, you know, if anything, I'm just out for the deals. Tommy, what's your football team?
Dolphins and Giants.
Really?
Mm.
I see.
I'm more of a
Mm.
Dolphins guy these days.
Tommy, we're gonna mute your mic
Okay.
now. No, I'm kidding, Tommy.
Okay.
We appreciate you, man.
Woohoo.
Thank you very much. But now we're gonna get into some more serious topics. As the cost of childcare has been identified by Democrats as an infrastructure issue that is in the way of a thriving economy, with the average family in the nation spending 15% of their income on childcare. Vice President Harris visited our very own childcare center on campus Friday to have a roundtable discussion with Governor Murphy and Representative Sherrill. Here is Ben Petruk with the story that I will play, and hopefully, barring any technical difficulties, this should, play very easily. Do you guys hear anything at all on my end? No, no audio at all.
No.
Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna keep talking until I figure it out. But until then, this is the world of radio, guys. Technical problems from time to time. That's how we roll. But yeah, just roll with the punches. Hopefully you guys hear something now. No? Okay. We're gonna move on to our next story until I figure it out. Laura, can you read our next story for now?
I will be happy to.
Thank you.
So the FDA authorizes the first e-cigarette. The Food and Drug Administration has officially authorized an electronic cigarette, saying the vaping device can help smokers cut back on conventional cigarettes. E-cigarettes have been sold in the US for more than a decade with minimal government oversight or research. Facing a court deadline, the FDA has been conducting a sweeping review of vaping products to determine which ones should be allowed and to remain on the market. The FDA, words are hard in the morning, guys. The FDA has rejected applications for more than 1 million e-cigarettes and related products, mainly due to their potential appeal to underage teens. The decision only applies to Boost's solo e-cigarette and its tobacco-flavored nicotine cartridges. The agency said data from the company showed the e-cigarette helped smokers significantly reduce their exposure to the harmful chemicals in traditional cigarettes. While the products can now be legally sold in the US, the FDA has said they are neither safe nor FDA approved, and that people who don't smoke shouldn't use them. There you go, teens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Aiden, you seem like a young man. What do you think of this?
Hey, I'm awesome, but I feel like even though they say it's not FDA approved, a bunch of teenagers, because I know at least from my hometown, almost every other teen had a nicotine addiction. They're gonna see this, they're gonna be like, hey, the FDA is okay with e-cigarettes. That means they're not killing my lungs, which is just such a harmful view. And even though I understand where they're coming from with recovery from smoking habits, I can't agree with it. I can't agree with any sale of the nicotine like e-cigarettes because it doesn't lead to anything good.
Yeah, plus like with the flavors, I feel like they're totally targeting to a younger audience, because what 40, 50, 60 something year old wants a watermelon flavored e-cigarette, you know? Or is that just me?
Exactly. If you're trying to get off like the tobacco or cigarette habitat, you get tobacco flavored e-cigs. No, like, yeah, you're right. No 60-year-old man's gonna get a mango jewel pod.
Yeah.
That's all targeting children.
Actually, maybe one older man would choose a mango for some
One
reason.
hipster out there.
Yes. One hipster
super
living in
old
LA.
60s child.
Yes.
chilling.
With his little messenger bag. And
I mean,
his-
All
been
these
associated
issues are
with physical
present when we
updates
talk
such as
about the issue of childcare and the
Okay.
connection between that and a productive
Guys,
workforce.
we have figured it out
Representative Mikie Sherrill
somewhat.
stated that
Before
15%
this thing
was a rather
continues to yell
conservative
at me,
number.
let me
and that
close
the
that
state of
up
New
and mute it.
Jersey pays up to
Okay, guys, as much as we want to talk about FDA approving cigarettes, we have something more important, and I teased it earlier. That is radio for you. You roll with the punches, but now it's a more serious topic as we talk about childcare issues in the country. Throwing it back to Ben. We're going to start from the beginning, and here we go. Hopefully, again, as it loads.
Congressional Democrats are redefining
Hold on.
Congressional Democrats
okay,
are
here we go.
redefining infrastructure. Primarily a word that has been associated with physical updates such as roads and bridges, Democrats are looking to include paid leave and childcare in their new infrastructure plan, citing this as a major problem to a thriving economy. Vice President Kamala Harris visited the Ben Samuel Children's Center right here at Montclair State to be part of a roundtable discussion with Governor Murphy and Representative Mikie Sherrill to talk about the burden childcare costs pose on Americans.
As it relates to working parents, we should support as a society that says that every person should have a meaningful opportunity to work, that they should have a meaningful opportunity to parent their children, and to participate, not only in their community, but in our economy, to pursue whatever may be their passions and their dreams, much less the fundamental needs they have to take care of the basic needs of their families. All of these issues are present when we talk about the issue of child care and the connection between that and a productive workforce.
Representative Mikie Sherrill stated that 15% was a rather conservative number and that the state of New Jersey pays up to 40% of their income in child care, with women and middle-class Americans being the most affected.
Women losing ground is America's middle class losing ground. We have families paying, Madam Vice President, I wish it was just 15% here. We have families here paying 20, 30, 40% of their income on child care. This is simply untenable for middle class families. In more than half the states in our country, center-based infant child care costs more than in-state college tuition. That's the crisis we're facing.
Governor Murphy spoke on his multi-year initiative to address the issue of childcare, stating with his plan for universal pre-K.
Expanding pre-K, we're on our way to universal pre-K in New Jersey. We have a Cover All Kids initiative, which is health care for those kids. All initiatives that are multi-year in their reality, but having big impacts already.
Vice President Harris's closing remarks sought to garner the support in rebranding infrastructure, saying that the more support they get, the more lives they're going to change. For WMSC News, I am Ben Petrick. Congressional Democrats are redefining infrastructure. Primarily a word that has been associated with physical updates such as roads and bridges, Democrats are looking to include paid leave and childcare in their new infrastructure plan, citing this as a major problem to a thriving economy. Vice President Kamala Harris visited the Ben Samuel Children's Center right here at Montclair State to be part of a roundtable discussion with Governor Murphy and Representative Mikie Sherrill to talk about the burden childcare costs pose on Americans.
As it relates to working parents, we should support as a society that says that every person should have a meaningful opportunity to work, that they should have a meaningful opportunity to
Congressional Democrats are redefining infrastructure. Primarily a word that has been associated with physical updates such as roads and bridges, Congressional Democrats are redefining infrastructure with Governor Murphy and Representative Mikie Sherrill to talk about the burden childcare costs pose on Americans.
As it relates to working parents, we should support as a society that says that every person should have a meaningful opportunity to work, that they should have a meaningful opportunity to parent their children, and to participate, not only in their community, but in our economy, to pursue whatever may be their passions and their dreams, much less the fundamental needs they have to take care of the basic needs of their families. All of these issues are present when we talk about the issue of child care and the connection between that and a productive workforce.
Representative Mikie Sherrill stated that 15% was a rather conservative number and that the state of New Jersey pays up to 40% of their income in child care, with women and middle-class Americans being the most affected.
Women losing ground is America's middle class losing ground. We have families paying, Madam Vice President, I wish it was just 15% here. We have families here paying 20, 30, 40% of their income on child care. This is simply untenable for middle class families. In more than half the states in our country, center-based infant child care costs more than in-state college tuition. That's the crisis we're facing.
Governor Murphy spoke on his multi-year initiative to address the issue of childcare, stating with his plan for universal pre-K.
expanding pre-K. We're on our way to universal pre-K in New Jersey. We have a Cover All Kids initiative, which is healthcare for those kids. All initiatives that are multi-year in their reality, but having big impacts already.
Vice President Harris's closing remarks sought to garner the support in rebranding infrastructure, saying that the more support they get, the more lives they are going to change. Joining me now in studio is Yasmin Yilmaz, who is on assignment at the Ben Samuels Children's Center on Friday. How was it? Can you describe the scene? I imagine there were Secret Service people all over the building, everywhere on campus.
Yeah, Secret Service was all over campus. Clove Road, which is where the Ben Samuels Children's Center is located, was closed off as well. All student journalists had to go through an extensive background check, but it was pretty cool.
Let's break down some of the costs of childcare, especially at the one early learning center right here.
According to the website, the cost for babies ages 6 months to 18 months is $1,895 per month. That fee drops to $1,810 for toddlers ages 18 to 3 years old, and $1,635 for 3 to 5 year olds. You also need to add a $100 registration fee plus $15 per every 15 minutes of late pickup time. It's pretty crazy.
So the cost of a baby is $22,740 a year? That's roughly 30% of an assistant professor's income right here at MSU.
It's pretty insane, and at the cheapest for older kids ages 3 to 5, it is still almost $20,000, almost the college tuition.
So the Democrats have a point?
I would say so. Their take is that care is part of our infrastructure, and if we can alleviate those costs, those families will reinvest in our economy.
Thanks, Yaz. For WMSC News, I am Ben Petrick.
Oh my gosh, guys, what an amazing story. That was so great. I played it twice. An iconic statement from the one and only Ben and Yaz delivering us the news on what went down here at Montclair. So impactful, so meaningful. And this creates like a bigger discussion for us here in studio, guys, because in America, there is a huge problem with childcare. I know you heard it about 6 times at this point. That's how important it was.
Yeah.
I like to stress things by repeating. But this is very close to home for me, especially because a problem that America faces. I saw it with my mother. She was a single mom raising 4 of us by herself. And childcare is not something that you can just easily achieve, especially being a single parent in this country with one person providing for 4 beautiful children, me being the most beautiful. But it's truthful. It's very hard. And you see how hard your parents work, even if it's like both parents too. Childcare is extremely, extremely expensive. And it's just not accessible to everyone. I know for me, my grandma did a lot of caring for me growing up, whether it was in Puerto Rico or in New Jersey. She was working at Payless. I remember those days. It's tough. And my mom couldn't just hand me to a babysitter and call it a day while she could go take care of business and provide for us. But that's just how society is. And you hear those crazy numbers where it's $23,000 for childcare. And they said it, that's more than college tuition.
That's
Get
crazy.
that straight. A little child, just to take care of him, make sure they're alive and safe.
Little meat baby.
23,000.
That's crazy.
It is. Laura, what do you think?
That's bonkers, man.
Bonkers.
A little human costs more money to go to college here. And that's just saying a lot as America in general. And I think a lot of parents and women and single dads, single moms, they don't get the recognition for all the hard work that they do. And it's crazy to think about how expensive it is. Like, you don't really, it's not something like that I have to think about, or a lot of us have to think about. And that we're talking about this is just, I can't get over it's that much money, Is that just me?
No, that's absurd.
Yeah.
It's just things like childcare, and among those lines, just making sure your child is healthy.
Yeah.
How is that something that can be that expensive
And that
in
is-
this kind of country?
And that is just the childcare.
Yeah, there's
Not
so much
everything
more.
else. Like everything else.
You
pretty
got
much.
rent, you got to, provide food. There's so many other
Yeah.
bills that add up that prevent a large segment of our society here in the United States from having childcare.
And you can't forget healthcare too.
Exactly. Listen, I'll say this random tangent. I recently went to the dentist for like the first time a couple months ago, and I'm not kidding. I honestly thought dentists were for rich people, and I didn't know that was an option for someone like me. So growing up, we never went to dentists or anything like that. And then all of a sudden I got like 2 teeth removed, and here I am. That's just, I don't know, it's rough for a lot of people, and hopefully at some point healthcare, childcare, anything with care at the end of it is provided to our people, and it's accessible and affordable. And that's the key part, is that it needs to be accessible and affordable. Aiden, I saw you unmute your mic. Go ahead and unmute it again if you want to chime in before we move on to our next stories that we are going to rapidly say.
Yeah, no, I used to work at that grocery market. I'll keep on names, and we had a program there where you can't say it; they'll come after me, man. And we had a program where like single mothers, single fathers could get checks from the government to pay for like formula, baby food, milk, juice, all the things for like children, and it would like be free. And it was a super, super good program. And it was one of the few times I've seen like genuine, like good assistance, like no catch. But people would get really mean about it because these like mothers and fathers, they'd be taking an extra like 5-10 minutes because I had to go through like the process with the check. And I've noticed how like heartless a lot of well-off people all are to people who are struggling. And just seeing it firsthand, like the sighs and just the groans of people who were only getting held up by like 5-10 minutes in line for groceries, it was just really gross. Like once or twice I even had customers like argue because they were taking a little bit longer. So I think before like we go through with childcare, people have to be a lot more accepting and a lot less closed-minded to these options.
That's a really great point you bring up, Aiden. That was well worth unmuting your microphone. We appreciate it. But now we're going to move on to our next story of the day, as we are going to talk about a New Jersey teacher denies pulling off a student's hijab. Oh gosh, what a terrible situation. For those who don't know, there was an accusation that a teacher had pulled off a young student's hijab in the middle of class. So here we go. The South Orange Maplewood School District teacher accused of pulling the hijab off a 7-year-old Muslim student in school last week has denied the incident occurred. Tamar Herman, a teacher at Seth Boyden Elementary School, has said this from her attorney. That the second grade student wasn't wearing a hijab and was instead wearing a hoodie. In accordance with school policy, Miss Herman directed a student in her class to pull down the hood on a hooded sweatshirt because it was blocking her eye, and immediately rescinded that request when she realized the student was wearing the hood in place of rather than on top of her usual hijab. That is from the statement. The school's internal investigation was being paused so Essex County Prosecutor's Office and Maplewood Police Department could lead their own inquiry. As a reminder, while the district cannot comment on matters involving personnel or staff, the community can be assured that all necessary measures have been taken to remedy the immediate situation within the purview of the school district's power. This comes from the Superintendent of Schools, Ronald G. Taylor. Lastly, he said, our ultimate hope is that fair and just outcome would arise from this formal review for all parties involved. Guys, this is just the thought of that ever happening in an actual school scenario, not even a school scenario, in any scenario, is downright disgusting. And that person, if they did do it, should be fired immediately. And I hope they never get a job ever again. This is my opinion. Isaiah said it. That is just a cruel act to do. Doesn't matter if you are anti-religion, pro-religion, I don't care what religion you are. Don't disrespect someone else's values like that, especially just taking it off. And like, don't touch people, especially. Very controversial take for me. Maybe just don't do that. Laura?
Oof, I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
It's just so disrespectful that a teacher would do that to her student. Also, when you were talking about the hoodie thing, wouldn't you know the difference between a hijab and a hoodie? Is that just me?
You would definitely notice
Yes.
that difference.
Yes, I hope most people would notice a difference between a hoodie, which is a garment of clothing, versus a hijab, which is something of a religious, I don't really know much about it, but is religious to their culture and the religion and all that. It's just so disrespectful, and it honestly fuels my fire that happened,
Yeah, I mean, we can't confirm exactly that it did happen,
Yeah.
This is all, I just want to
speculation.
remind you guys. But should it have happened, I hope that
No.
teacher can never teach again and lives a miserable life, because she could not have been more disrespectful in that scenario. But now we have to move on to our next story. Laura, take the mic.
So, Montclair has a new mural that pays homage to those who lost their lives to COVID-19. A new mural has been added to Montclair's streetscape as a tribute to those who lost to COVID-19. Local artists, please, I'm so sorry for my pronunciation, but artists Lauren Riggerwendwe, I'm so sorry, Margaret, I did, thank you, Margaret Kaffer and Nicole Nuzio painted reverberations of reawakenings by a 35 by 8-foot piece of art in partnership with Montclair Diner at 613 Valley Road. The artists hope that the new mural serves as a reflection on the community appreciation and hope for more vibrant days. After living through a pandemic that has resulted in islands of loss and isolation, these artists offer a tribute to those due to the pandemic, including Jordan Tassi, who became a Montclarian local hero by pitching in when sanitation workers hit a COVID outbreak. A press release provided by Lauren reads, using their vibrant tools of creativity, they have crafted an uplifting version for this next chapter of Upper Montclair's history. The mural also serves a interactive gift to the public, and the community is encouraged to write the names of those who lost their lives due to COVID-19 in the clouds of the painting with pens provided by the artists say.
That's a beautiful little painting, isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't that just like a nice story?
That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to remember the people that were lost, because they should be remembered. They didn't really have a say in whether or not they got to go or not. That's just the environment we lived in with this powerful virus. And the fact that they can live on in some kind of memory within the town is a beautiful story.
And beautiful art as well.
Yeah, it is. For those who can't see it, check it out. But we do have to go on a quick break here on the Morning Buzz. Hey, maybe I'll play Ben's little thing for the third time. Other than that, guys, we'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz. We have a lot of fun topics to talk about, even a feature interview coming up. So you won't really hear our voices, just mine, with the wonderful guest that shall be teased after we come back. All right, guys. Bye. We're still pretty cool. Once again, that is Josh living on forever here at the station. For those who don't know, he used to be a person here. Guys, we have an interview set up to be talked about. But Laura, could you tell me how you're doing today again?
I'm doing pretty great. Happy to be here. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. And as one does, computers be crazy. So yeah. Looking for the interview. It is with the one and only. Have you guys ever heard of BuzzFeed?
BuzzFeed?
Or the YouTube channel Better Like?
What?
What?
So crazy.
I know. Okay. We are going to be playing an exclusive interview here on the Morning Buzz. You can catch the entire 34-minute interview on YouTube, but for now, you'll get a more impactful 15 minutes of interview with the one and only Carolina Reynoso. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We talk about things like Hispanic Heritage Month, because we are both of Hispanic culture. She is Mexican and I am Puerto Rican. But now we are going to
guys,
hit
welcome
the play
back
button.
here to the Morning Buzz
Here
of
we go.
WMSC Upper Montclair. And today we have an amazing interview, a wonderful interview. It's such a great time to be here on the station, because I am here with an actress, social media star, if you want to call it that. Carolina, welcome to the show.
Hi. Oh my God, please don't say social media star. I'm really
know.
not. I really am not. My views right now are so bad, but thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
It's great to have you on. I'm in a new role where now I am looking for people to interview. And as I was scrolling around on my burner Instagram, if you want to call it, I call it burner because I don't ever use it, but now I'm starting to. Anyways, I saw your profile. I was like, I need to interview her because I've seen you on YouTube before. And funny enough, I've seen you on a commercial before. And then as I was scrolling, I was like, that girl looks awfully familiar. So yeah, you were on an Xbox commercial or not?
Yeah,
See?
Xbox. That's how
Mhm.
you know I'm a good actor because I have never played an Xbox before. So
Very believable. Hard-hitting performance. It almost made me cry, actually.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Anytime.
Hmm.
That's what I'm here for.
Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna get into some questions because as much as we
Awesome.
could talk about Xbox controllers and all that stuff, no one wants to hear that.
No.
So you were born and raised in California, right?
Yeah, Orange County. Well,
Yeah.
technically I was born in Bellflower, which is LA County, but I was raised in Orange County. So I like to say I'm from LA, even though I am 100% not.
You're 100% not, but it's cool. No
It's
one needs to
cool.
know
I'm
that part.
from no
Yeah.
one needs to know. No one needs to know. I live here now, so it's okay.
What was it like growing up there though in California?
It was great weather. I love it. Disneyland's right here. My family is very close in the area, so I hung out with my family all the time. I think more than my friends, I think at one point. My mom's family lives in Tijuana, so when I was growing up, we would just drive like Friday night or Friday after school, go to Tijuana, come back Sunday afternoon. That was just kind of like how I grew up. But then as I got older, I started doing like musical theater and stuff. So my weekends like got really not available anymore. But I mean, it was fun. I really enjoy living here and growing up here.
That's cool. So, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, guys, for those who
Woo!
don't know, we're in the almost to the end of it, but
I
that shouldn't
know.
stop you from celebrating all the wonderful people in the Hispanic culture. So, just because our time is done, don't forget about us. All right, keep on celebrating us year round. But you are the daughter to two Mexican immigrants. Am I right?
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Okay. And something that I really appreciate is kids are a lot of times shaped by the parents that they see, right? So what was it? How do you think they shape the person you are today?
I think my something that my mom specifically has like ingrained in me is like you have to know your worth like in any situation. Like there's going to be people that underestimate you because you're a woman, you're Latina, like there's always going to be people in that, but you have to like stand in the room, know your worth and just kind of yeah, be powerful in that. And I think what something my dad taught me is just like working hard. He was someone who came to this country like wanting to start his own business, and he did, and it's been growing. It's becoming this successful thing. So I think he hasn't really told me anything, just by like me living with him and watching him. I've really learned how to be a hard worker, successful person, and not to say no to people, and also know your worth. My dad was one of those people that when I was growing up, I think he just assumed that I would take over whatever he's created. And unfortunately, that's not the plan.
That's not the
But
case.
not the case. I mean, who knows? Who knows? You never know how this path may take me. But he would always like invite me to go to his business meetings and stuff like that. And I have gone now that I'm a lot older, and it's just so fascinating to see him. Like he's not the best Spanish speaker, but it's not the best English speaker. Sorry, he doesn't speak English very well. But when he's in the room, like that doesn't hold him back. He's still like saying things, even if they don't make sense. He's like, I don't care. Like I know, like my mom. Like he knows his worth. He knows what he can do, and he knows what he can offer. So it's so fascinating, like watching him in his element, I guess.
For real. I think honestly, that's one of my favorite kind of stories to hear are stories from people that come to this country with pretty much, I don't want to say nothing, but they're starting a whole new life and they have to just work so hard. And a lot of times it's not what parents really say to you, it's how they act around you, you know? And so for me, my mom is like my biggest inspiration. And it's not like she said anything to me where I was like, you know what, that resonated with me. It's just how hard that you see them work. And it's not like they're not doing it in a selfish way. It's a lot of times for their kids or their family members. And it's never
Yeah.
really about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you never really realize it until you get older. Like, oh my God, like
Mhm.
you did all this stuff for me, like a selfish brat of a teenager, and you still like let me sleep in your house. Yeah, it's you really don't. I feel like for me, especially, I took them a lot for granted when I was growing up, and now that I look back, I'm like you guys really like would have broken down castles for me and like done all these things for me, and I took that all for granted.
Shout out to your parents and shout out to the parents everywhere,
Woo.
guys. Give them a hug.
Yeah, call your
So
parents also.
for real, just say hi. Yeah, at the very
Say
least, say what's
hi.
up.
Checking.
So you began acting at a young age. So what was it like kind of starting in that industry at such a young age?
It's funny because because my parents are immigrants, they taught me Spanish first. And when I went to school, obviously I went to English speaking school. It was school in California. So, funny enough, there was not a lot of, whenever I say this in videos, people are like, what do you mean she went to a school in Orange County and had no Latinos in her school? I literally had no one. It was just me, especially in elementary school. It was like, my school is a lot of like Filipino people and they speak Tagalog. And so it's kind of, we have the same colonizers, right? So it's kind of the same language. They have similar words to us, but my ESL teacher told my mom, she was like, you need to put her in something that like she can learn English easily. Like, what does she like to do? What, like, my mom was like, well, she likes to sing and she watches movies all the time. So my mom put me in a musical theater camp for the summer and I instantly fell in love. Like, I think I was about maybe 4 or 5 years old, obsessed. Like I was it was a production of The Wiz, which by the way is supposed to be an all black cast, but this was in like the 90s in California, in Southern
No rules
California.
at all.
No one cared about diversity, unfortunately. So I was in the production of The Wiz. I was a munchkin and I swear to God, I thought I was like the star of the show. Like, Dorothy had her own choreography and I was following it when I was supposed to be following everybody else's. Like, I was just like hooked. I was like, I love this. And then as I got older, my mom was just kind of like, oh wow, like she's actually kind of good at this. Like, maybe we could like put her in some classes and stuff. So I started taking acting classes, and from there, I got an agent when I was like 8 or 9. And I just been doing commercials like from then on. And my first commercial ever was Burger King. I did the apple fries. Do you remember the apple fries? I don't even think they're a thing anymore.
No.
The very
Apple
first
fries?
the very first commercial for the apple fries I was in, it was with Cabbage Patch. I've tried to find this commercial everywhere. I cannot find it. But it was me in a hair salon in downtown LA, and I was promoting the apple fries and the Cabbage Patch doll toy. And yeah, I just kind of did that until I started high school. My mom was just kind of like, you need to focus on your school, like whatever. So I continued acting in my community theater as well as my high school theater department. And then when I graduated, my mom thought I was going to be a lawyer, and I was like, no, I don't like school. So I went to acting school for 2 years, and yeah, I've just been doing the dang thing ever since.
Doing the dang thing.
Mm-hmm.
So interestingly enough, as I was researching you on the internet with
Oh,
my keyboard, I found something very interesting that I wasn't expecting. I didn't even know this was a possibility.
I'm scared.
So you're no, you're good. Nothing crazy. I haven't discovered any rumors or anything about you yet. So there was a Lowe's commercial that you were in.
Yes.
And it happened to be that you were also starring in that commercial with Zendaya.
With Zendaya, again, this was a time when diversity was not a thing. She played my sister, actually.
That's hilarious.
Like, and if you look at me, we look nothing alike. So we were a Latino a Latino family. Yeah, I think it was 12 or 13 at the time. I remember I shot it in March. So it was kind of rainy outside. It was a 2-day shoot. One day was at the Lowe's, second day was at a house. And it was super cool. Like, she was super nice. This was right before she started Shake It Up. And I remember her specifically telling me, like, yeah, like, I'm going to start shooting for Disney Channel in a couple weeks. And in my head, I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, like, me too, whatever. And then I saw her on Disney Channel a couple months later, and I was like, wait, I did a commercial with her. And that's another commercial that I literally cannot find. Like, I have the call sheet, has her name, and has her dad's phone number. Like, I have it. I just don't have like any video proof of it, but yeah, she was super cool.
That's cool. Okay, here's the thing. You can't find it, and I can't find it either because I saw like an article and I was like, okay, now I must Google because I need to see what this even looks like. And I'm just typing in any possible keyword with Lowe's commercial in it. Nothing I could find. So, maybe you're in an alternate universe and that commercial never happened in the current one.
That's my other variant is actually a celebrity. And you know what? We were called the Blue Family. So I always look up like Lowe's Blue Family commercial 2011. I cannot find it anywhere.
Not a chance. Why the Blue Family?
Because
Lowe's.
No, actually we were a family that was like obsessed with the color blue. So like our whole house was blue. And in the commercial, like a red bird goes into our window and we're like, we should change our entire house and aesthetic to red. or no, yellow. It's yellow. So we paint our whole house yellow. Our clothes are yellow, and then a red bird comes in, and then the commercial's like, we should go to Lowe's and get red stuff, or whatever.
No, I kind of wonder. I wonder if there's like a Lowe's cinematic universe going on from that commercial on.
Imagine. Well, you know what's funny? That was
Mhm.
the age that I was like super imaginative. Well, I mean, I still am imaginative, but like that at that age, I was like, oh my god, we could totally make this a TV show. Like we're a family. Every single season, we change colors. Like that's we just have a different
Yes.
aesthetic every season, and everyone just like played along with me, obviously, because I was a child. But yeah, I've thought about that for
Mm,
sure.
I don't know. I think it could be, maybe not yet. The world's not ready for a Lowe's TV show. I say a couple years from now.
Season
Give it a
finale
shot,
is something at a Lowe's.
Yes, please make it happen. Okay. So we've talked about your acting career. We'll mention it a little bit later because I got some rapid fire questions for the show. But you're also, I would say, a content creator. I know you don't want to say that you're a content creator, but you've been featured
No,
on
I could.
YouTube channels.
Yeah, I would say content creator. I wouldn't say social
Okay.
media star. I don't think I've reached stardom
Got it.
yet.
Got it.
When I'm a GIF, I can say that I'm a star, right?
True. Okay.
Yeah.
So as a content creator,
Mhm.
I've always wondered, especially with bigger companies like BuzzFeed and all those other ones, what is it like making content in that kind of environment?
Honestly, it's so much fun. I think my favorite thing about, doing videos for BuzzFeed and Better Like and specifically is well, I mean, I was only in the office for 3 days before the pandemic happened, so I didn't really get the
Oh.
in-person experience until like a couple weeks ago, but my first brainstorm in the office, you come in with ideas, but then the other ideas that people are kind of like throwing out in the room, you like it's so awesome because my brain like explodes. Like I'm like, oh my god, like, I love that idea. What if we do this? And it's just like you come in with your own ideas, but then as the whole brainstorming process happens, like so many other cool ideas that you didn't even come in with happen, and it's just like it's a lot of fun. Like the people there are so creative and they're so down for anything that it's just a really fun experience.
That sounds like so much fun. Kind of jealous, but so the world I feel is definitely starting to change in a lot of parts for the better. We're seeing a lot more representation, especially in Hollywood, in music and all this stuff within musics, especially Marvel movies. I feel like a lot of them have been super diverse.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering, as you are Mexican, how does it feel that I don't want to say our time has come in a sense, because I feel like the Hispanic community still hasn't seen that representation on like a
Yeah.
grander stage. This is honestly just my ploy to be part of a Marvel movie, guys. That's what I'm
It's
trying to
okay.
get. Yeah.
Same.
But yeah, how do you feel like we're closer to that representation for our communities?
I mean, I think the conversations are definitely happening. As like a Mexican American who is like light skinned, I feel like my time has already been here. Like, I grew up with the George Lopez show. I'm gonna mention Wizards of Waverly Place because technically they were half Mexican.
Technically.
So I was like, I'm Alex Russo, I'm Selena Gomez, whatever. But I feel like it's the conversations happening around like, Afro Latinos, darker skinned Latinos, Puerto Ricans, people from El Salvador, from Guatemala, like all of from the DR, like those conversations are happening, and I think people are realizing, or the people that grew up not being seen in media are finally in the writer's room, in the producing area, and they're like, you know what, like I should just make a story about, me and my community. And I think it's really awesome. I think it's slowly but surely happening. It's not 100% there yet, but I know we're gonna get there, which is awesome.
For real. I can't wait until we get there. Once again, Marvel, if you're hearing this, you got
Marvel.
2 potential people.
Please.
I don't have any acting credentials at all, but I can give it my best shot.
They are having, I will say, Marvel is coming out with a lot. It's more DC. They're coming out with a lot of more like Latino led.
That's what I saw online.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
having. I think his name's like Black Beetle or something, and then I think Mrs. Marvel or Miss Marvel, something Marvel,
Something like that.
is gonna be Latina also. And then the actor Cholo, I don't know his full name. I just know his nickname is Cholo, but he is also going to be a DC superhero. I just don't remember which one. But I feel like the DC company is coming out with a lot of Latinos. Marvel, we need to
Yeah,
step it up.
Marvel, step
Salma
it up,
Hayek in
man.
Eternals is the first step. Now you can.
I know. We need more. More. Honestly, what a fun interview to record. Cannot thank Carolina Reynoso enough for coming in and chatting with us. She was such a fun conversation. And if you want to hear more, go to our YouTube channel right now. Actually, not right now, a little bit later, but we'll have a full interview, uncut, 34 minutes, I believe it was. It's a great interview. Check out some hot takes about the West Coast, East Coast vibes. And if you like her even more, you can check her out on Instagram and TikTok at Caro Rey Rey. Other than that, tune in now for hour 2 of the morning buzz on Wednesday. All right, guys. Peace.
Dang. Guys, we are back here on the morning buzz. And, I got to be honest, whoever conducted that interview is not only gorgeous, soothing voice, but all around amazing talent. He looks oddly familiar. I look up to him as an idol, if we're being completely honest here. But
the interviewee was great too.
Oh, she was cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. She's actually very nice.
Yeah.
Dude, funny enough, so when I reached out to her on Instagram, she thought I was like a fake person because I don't have anything posted on my Instagram account. It's I just made it, to make it. And now, we're starting to follow people. Eventually I'll learn the Instagram. I'm an old man on these streets. Yeah, that was a fun interview, guys.
Those people, like those brands that slide into your DMs that are like, "Hey, girly, we want you to be a brand ambassador." That's the vibe it kind of gave me.
Are you getting brand ambassador deals, Lara?
Yeah, I had some just swipe up on my Finsta and my personal.
What is Finsta?
Fake Instagram.
Oh, dude, meanwhile, I thought that was an app.
I haven't touched that thing in years though, so to be fair.
Well, guys, we are here with the iconic Lara, Finsta expert and icon.
Hey, girly, brand deal icon.
Oh, quick question. What would be your dream sponsorship? I'll say mine. I would
Raid
love
Shadow Legends.
Who?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Is that a game?
Yeah.
Do you play it?
It's kind of a joke, though.
Oh, come on. You can't do these gamer jokes here.
I'm just such a gamer.
You're just such a gamer, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You you want to get some Doritos and Mountain Dew later?
Oh my god, I actually prefer Monster, but that's cool too, I guess.
Oh, hold on. Our expert Monster energy drink.
You know what's funny?
Huh?
I don't drink Monster.
You know who does though?
Oh, I was so happy for a minute there.
There it is.
I slammed through 2 this morning.
Our man Aiden.
Yeah.
Aiden, give the viewers your top 2 Monster flavors to go to.
You mean the listeners?
If you're looking for something, to remind you of your childhood, the Pacific Punch tastes exactly like the Hawaiian Punch from those funny little juice bottles. And Pipeline Punch, very, very good. Never drink normal Monster. Only if you're
Got
forced.
it. Got
Tastes
it.
like battery acid.
That
it looks like
been
battery
Aiden.
acid.
Those are brutal to drink. For a while I was drinking Bang Energies.
Ooh.
Then life catches up and you decide maybe I should stop drinking energy drinks as often.
As you get older.
Yeah, now I stick to my nice coffee, maybe even a cappuccino in the morning.
With some pumpkin in it.
Wait, guys, okay, Laura, enough with the pumpkin. We're getting sick and tired of your pumpkin agenda here. Hold on. Actually, before we bring her on for this segment, Gina, what do you think about pumpkin coffee?
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's
yes!
Of course you do, Gina.
Yes.
No.
It's so good. Especially what Laura was saying, in the coffee. Oh, that's the best.
Yes.
That's the best time. It's the best time to get it. Oh my gosh.
I just love my iced latte with my oat milk and my
Oat milk
pumpkin.
too, Laura?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
Yes, oat milk.
Yes.
Almond milk.
No, here's the thing, guys. During the interview, we were having some discussions about Whole Foods. And if you go and get oat milk pumpkin iced lattes, you're giving me Whole Foods energy. Therefore, I don't know if I could trust you completely, Laura. I thought we had a nice connection building. I thought I could trust you, and you've just taken it and thrown it against the wall.
Sorry, with the things I like to eat.
Are you eating iced coffees?
Yeah. Munching on the ice.
Nice. I will say, guys, huge announcement. Last week, I as I mentioned earlier, I had a tooth removed. Very tragic. It was disgusting segment in my life. Horrible, horrifying. Wish to never do it again. Anyways, I had to get stitches. And as One does. You have to wait for it to recover. And my dentist was like, yo, by the way, I don't want you drinking no coffee. And I was like, oh, well, that's going to be unfortunate. So I finally had my first taste in coffee in like 5 days, and it was marvelous. And I'll tell you how I made it this morning. I made a little shot of espresso with milk, and then I
What
like
kind of
foamed
milk?
it.
What kind of milk?
I went with organic whole milk. I don't know why I'm whispering. That was, dude, imagine someone whispering whole milk into your ear like that. For all your viewers, whole milk. Yeah. Then just one spoonful of sugar, because that's how I be rolling in the mornings. And then you just stir that, and then you drink it. Yeah. But if I'm feeling fancy and I'm going to Dunkin', I mess with the mocha. I mess with the caramel, man. Shout out to Dunkin'.
Caramel's good.
Okay, is it caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel, right?
Yes.
Aiden, caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel. Gina?
Caramel.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Tommy, you're here.
Hey, Tommy.
Is it caramel or caramel?
Caramel, caramel, what?
All right, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. It's all good, Tommy. We'll bring you back here for the sportscast in the second hour. Stay tight. But guys, we are gonna go first into a little quick story. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you about a very interesting story in Florida. So, Florida man has locked a dad and daughter in tennis court over a scooter dispute. Doesn't that sound fun? A Florida man is facing charges after he allegedly locked his neighbor and his neighbor's 5-year-old daughter in a tennis facility at an apartment complex. Yeah, that's what happens.
Lovely.
Deputy said the man was upset after seeing the father watching over his 5-year-old daughter while she was riding a scooter on the tennis court. James Olson, a young 63-year-old man, is now facing charges for false imprisonment after allegedly telling the father-daughter duo that scooter riding was not allowed there before locking them in. The father reportedly refused to leave, saying he wasn't breaking any rules, before Olson responded by using a padlock to lock the two inside. Olson allegedly said the president of the building, which investigators quickly determined was not true after speaking to the security guard. So he said, yeah, I'm the president here. Turns out he's not. And NBC News reporters, Olson, they did some digging on Olson, right? And it turns out he's not the president, but he didn't just make it up out of nowhere. At one point, he was the president of this association. Olson's wife told NBC News that her husband suffers from mental health issues and that the incident was out of character for him. He is facing 2 charges, including false imprisonment and false imprisonment of a child under the age of 13. Florida man strikes again, guys. What in the world?
I can't say I do the same, but I do understand. I don't like kids, and if I'm like going to do tennis and I see some little kid just riding their scooter up and down the courts, I understand. I get it. I wouldn't do the same. I don't condone it, but I get it.
You get the mindset of locking up a father and his kid.
Yeah, I understand.
For the price of tennis is what Aiden's saying.
I mean, maybe a different scenario. Like if I'm like, hey, your kid can't be riding the scooter here, and the guy's like, I don't care, and then the kid's just riding the scooter up and down the court. Like I get it. Don't condone it. Wouldn't do the same, but I understand.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, Aiden, that is a hot take, my friend. That is the steamiest of all takes I've ever heard.
Totally.
You know what, Gina? Your segment hasn't come, but we like to hear from you. How would you respond to this situation?
Well, I don't know. Like, I guess for the daughter and the son and was it a daughter? Or
I think it was a daughter.
A daughter and the father. I mean, if you ask them multiple times to not do that, I mean, you can't lock someone in. You can't lock someone in a tennis court. Like that's just wrong. Like the guy shouldn't have taken it that far. I mean, you ask them nicely, but what are you supposed to do after if they don't leave the court?
Honestly, you know how much of a pain in the butt it is to get the code for the tennis court from your town?
Do you have a tennis court in your town, Laura?
We do, yeah.
Laura's fancy. She went to fancy high school with ID badges, tennis courts. For y'all that don't know, Laura's balling. She out here.
Was that a pun?
Huh?
Was that a pun?
Hey, I don't mean to brag about it, but I'm pretty good at this radio stuff.
You go, man.
Yeah, I'm out here making moves. But guys, this is absurd. And I like how so far the general idea has been like, we understand where his mindset was, but maybe just like don't lock someone in there. Laura, how would you respond?
As the parent or as the guy who lost?
We'll say you're the guy who claims he's the president still of this association.
I am actually president of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but why? Can't you just like find another tennis court? Like,
Also, was he actually gonna play tennis at 63 years old?
That's
by himself?
Yeah. Or was he just being a grumpy old man and go, "Grr, get off my lawn"?
Definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Just angry, bored. You know what? He was bored. He's like, you know what? I haven't locked someone up in a while. Let me go ahead and do that again.
I feel like if he was playing tennis, it'd be like, it'd be the less, I don't know.
Dude, no, be sad. I feel
No
like someone
words.
would make that into a video, an old man playing tennis by himself on a cloudy day, and they'd be like, he always promised his wife that he would play tennis every Saturday, and he still continues that tradition.
As the president of the company.
That's president attitude right there.
Also, I love how like they got the receipts. They said, okay,
Oh, for real.
here's the proof.
He's like, actually, you're not the president. You were, and we appreciate your work, but
This like the receipt thing felt like a YouTuber apology video.
oh my god. Okay, Laura,
I need to
you're the old man. YouTube apology video. Go.
Hey guys, actually I have to be sitting on the floor by my couch. So picture I'm sitting on the floor, the couch behind me. I've been crying. Anyway, hey guys, I know I disappointed all of you, and I'm really sorry that I locked a father and a daughter in a tennis court, and I'm taking accountability. And here is my 1 month YouTube break, and I will be back next month.
Wait, but you need to add, don't forget to cop the merch down in the link below. We have new sweaters and sweatpants for the winter season, guys.
We also are having a sale on all of our summer merch, so make sure you sell that out.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll be back in a month.
Okay, guys, you've heard it all today. We've heard Ben talk for hours upon hours as we replayed the clip just to make sure it's stuck in your head all day about childcare. We had an exclusive interview, and we have done apology videos, guys. All of that has been fun, but hour 2, it gets even better. We have our trending segment. It was a hit last week. Everyone's been calling my line saying, you know what, that Gina is on to something on that segment. We appreciate it. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, all that and more here on the Wednesday Morning Buzz. Oh my goodness. We are back here. Hour 2 on WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Morning Buzz Wednesday edition. And you know what? I have breaking news. Lara has left the show permanently, citing creative differences with the producer. It's been fun. It's been real, but she will never be seen on the show again. T's and P's to Laura. Actually, she went to the bathroom, y'all. She'll be back here for hour 2 because we need all the people we need. But more importantly, Aiden, unmute that mic of yours on Zoom land as we have to talk about huge news across the world, maybe even New Jersey, in the country, and the weather. Aiden, please take it away.
I would be more than happy to. So, in international news this morning, a new study from Climate Central shows that roughly 15 major coastal cities will need to implement unprecedented adaptation measures to prevent rising seas from swallowing the most populated areas. According to the report, roughly 385 million people are currently living on land will eventually be overtaken by high tide, even if greenhouse emissions are reduced. In America, Moderna is urging the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to authorize a half-size booster of its COVID-19 vaccine in New Jersey. The company says halving the dose increases protection against the coronavirus while helping the worldwide COVID-19 vaccine supply. In New Jersey, for their second and final debate before voters choose the next New Jersey governor, Democratic Governor Phil Murphy and Republican Jack Ciattarelli on Thursday night argued over COVID-19 vaccines, mass restrictions, school funding, white privilege, and abortion. Murphy continues to lead in the polls. In Montclair, from 12 to 1 p.m., we have Transcending Boundaries in the Student Center. From 1 to 2 p.m. will be the women's group. From 3 to 4 p.m. will be the men's group. And from 4 to 5 p.m. will be Beyond Binaries. It will be cloudy today with highs of 74.
Oh my gosh, Aiden, every week or every other week, you come back bringing us the news, and it's just so pleasant to my ears. Aiden, we appreciate you so much.
You know me. Future ASMR host.
Please. He's also doing a mukbang channel, guys. He's just gonna be eating, slapping around food in his mouth for 20 minutes. Do you guys like mukbangs?
I hate him so much.
Not your favorite? All right. Well, as much as I want to talk about mukbangs and all, we have some sports to take care of.
Go sports.
Sport things.
Yeah.
The ball and the
Goals.
sticks and
Touchdown.
scoring
And fouls.
and fans. They're back.
Yeah.
All right.
Tommy. All right, Tommy, go ahead.
That was some sort of intro, guys. All right. Sports round 2. MLB, the Atlanta Braves have eliminated the Milwaukee Brewers by a final score last night of 5-4. They will move on to face the winner of the Giants and Dodgers in the NLCS. The Dodgers beat the San Francisco Giants last night by a score of 7-2 to force a Game 5. Game 5 will be tomorrow at 9:07 p.m. Eastern Time. Houston Astros embarrassed the Chicago White Sox by a final score of 10-1. They will advance to the ALCS for the 5th straight year to take on the Boston Red Sox. NBA preseason, the New York Knicks played the Detroit Pistons at 7:30 p.m. tonight. Brooklyn Nets announced that Kyrie Irving will not practice or play with the team until his COVID-19 vaccination is fully resolved. In the NHL, the regular season is back. Last night, the Penguins took on the defending Stanley Cup champions Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 6-2. Seattle Kraken made their debut last night. They were edged by the Golden Knights by a final score of 4-3. In a local team, the New York Rangers began their season on the road as they faced Washington Capitals at 7:30 p.m. For Montclair Sports, there are 3 games today, all against Ramapo College. Men's soccer on the road at 3:00 p.m. Women's soccer play at home at 7 p.m. and field hockey plays Panther at 7 p.m. That's all I have for sports for today.
Thank you, Tommy, our legendary sports reporter here on the Morning Buzz, exclusively on Wednesdays. My man Tommy. And before we go into some entertainment stuff, some trending stuff, I have to mention this. So I have a class where I do social media stuff for the Red Hawk Sports Network. And Tommy has been featured on our TikTok account for that Red Hawk Sports Network.
What?
Yes. Tommy, our paths have now crossed for a 3rd time. We share a video game class. And then I made a TikTok about you. But someone had sent me a message that Tommy had pulled triple duty at the homecoming.
Oh, I know
where he not only played the clarinet, I believe.
That's
he recorded field hockey, I believe.
Yes,
and
field
was
hockey
logging in information.
So I recorded field hockey homecoming for Red Hawk Sports Network, and I was playing clarinet for pep band for a football game.
Yeah. So I, as one does, compared him to the one and only LeBron James in the 2016 NBA Finals because he went off that day. Shout out to Tommy. Killing the game, actually. So, Tommy, I'm sure they appreciated your work that day, and we appreciate you here on the Buzz.
And I currently take the Red Hawk Sports Network class where we produce Inside the Net. So,
all right, that's enough Sports Network talk. All right, this is not what we're here for, Tommy.
I'm just saying, but it's a connection to that.
We do appreciate your work, Tommy, as always. But now we're gonna go into our our second week of our Trends host, Gina. She has something to share with us. Is it Kardashian themed? Teaser? Gina, take it away.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Kim Kardashian hosting SNL. So Kim Kardashian served as Saturday Night Live's host October 9th, along with musical guest Halsey. It was the reality stars and entrepreneurs' first time on the show, and she certainly came in hot. The star's savage opening monologue, which was more of a roast, had the internet abuzz. She made a comedic jabs at herself, the whole Kardashian family, and her former husband, Kanye West. There was even an O.J. Simpson joke. Both fans and non-fans alike were surprised at Kardashian's comedic chops so much that the hashtag KK1SNL began trending on Twitter. Following the monologue, however, Kardashian continued on her strong SNL debut by starring in sketches that range from being a grown woman in the club, she even raps, to being Judge Kourtney Kardashian, the People's Court. She also switched lives with Aidy Bryant for a day, where her all-black Met Gala look made a cameo. All in all, many viewers agreed Kim Kardashian understood the assignment, pulling off her hosting duties with the perfect mix of self-deprecation, humor, and style.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys watch that SNL or no?
Yes, I did.
I watched it as well. Aiden, I don't know. Are you live?
Barely. I'm hanging on. We're good.
Did you watch the recent episode of SNL? Are you an SNL guy? No. All right.
No. I'm sorry.
You a Kim K guy?
Oh,
I was my friends were Kanye West guys, which made me a Kim K and Kanye West guy by association.
By default.
So you rock with the Kardashians, I see, Aiden.
I do rock with the Kardashians.
Okay, so me and Gina have both seen the SNL episode. I like watching SNL. Sometimes I wish their cold opens would not just be politics every time, but that's it. You know, that's my really only complaint for the most part. But I will say, as I was watching it, I had low expectations going in because I was like, you know what? I don't really expect much from Kim Kardashian. She can't be worse than John Mulaney. I hate John Mulaney. For
You
those
do.
I can't stand John Mulaney.
Honestly,
okay,
overrated.
Overrated. But here's my biggest gripe with John Mulaney: the fact that he somehow, some way, maneuvered his way into Olivia Munn's life. Are you kidding me?
Yes,
they are not on the same level at all. Olivia Munn is top tier. John Mulaney shouldn't even make the list. All right.
I'm jealousy, Isaiah.
It should have been me, Aiden. No, but yeah, that's my random rant about John Mulaney. I don't like him. But back to Kim Kardashian. The episode I thought was actually very well done, and her monologue was really good. I don't know. I doubt she wrote it. I'm assuming she didn't. But if she did, great job on her. Because it was really funny. And as you mentioned, she was making. The best part about it is like a lot of celebrities like her, they don't view themselves like they don't make fun of themselves often. They always take themselves super seriously. But I feel like this episode to me made Kim Kardashian a likable person. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think like after watching, like you could tell like she's been through so much, especially like with the divorce, and she was actually able to like poke fun at it rather than have it be a serious thing. And also I loved how she made fun of poked fun at Chris, her mom's boyfriend. She was saying like things about her sisters, like how like I know in her monologue she said, oh yeah, I'm not just a reference photo that my sisters give their plastic surgeons. Like I thought that was funny. And a lot of her skits were really good. My favorite skit that she did was making fun of Kourtney Kardashian, because there was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, there was a big fight between Kourtney and Kim, and they like got physical with each other. Like there was it was like a full on like slap physical fight, and like you can tell there's like sometimes tension there, so it's like breaking the tension between them. And now that Kourtney Kardashian is dating Travis Barker, they were like playing fun and poking fun at that relationship as well. I just thought overall like she did really good, and she really took the role and really like just went with it instead of being like I don't think I'm gonna do that, I don't think I'm gonna talk about this. Like she really just like went.
I feel like they definitely just, she was open to doing anything on that episode, which is really cool to see. Shout out to, I never thought I would say this, but shout out to Kim Kardashian for killing it actually on that episode of SNL. Because there's a lot of times you watch an episode of SNL and you're like, man, this guest host is terrible, and they are bombing on stage right now.
Like John Mulaney?
John Mulaney! Disgusting! Ugh. Terrible. Aiden, do you like John Mulaney, Aiden?
I do. I like John Mulaney.
I had a
and
feeling. You give me John Mulaney vibes.
What's that mean?
You know exactly what it means.
I do.
No, I mean, to each their own, but I'm just saying. Olivia Munn, I know I have a girlfriend, but I'm a vet. No, I'm kidding. I love you. Anyways, we have some stories before we go into more trending topics a little later. I'm going to tease it now. Could there be clowns back
Again?
for like the 9th year?
Beep beep, Richie.
Woo! Before we get into that wonderful cheese, we are gonna take our first interesting story of the day. Actually, second one because we did one a little earlier. But there is an interesting list that was compiled recently. Laura, could you fill us in on what that list could possibly be?
You ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The 10 most stolen vehicles in Jersey. Vehicle theft climbed by 11% nationally last year, according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau. Auto theft saw a dramatic increase in 2020 versus 2019, in part due to the pandemic and an economic downturn, law enforcement realignment, dependent social and schooling programs, and in still too many cases, owner compliancy. Said Dave Glaw, right? Yeah, president and CEO of the National Insurance Crime Bureau. You ready for you ready for the list?
Yes.
All right.
Give it.
Number 1, we have the Honda Accord with 541 thefts.
Oh no.
Number 2, we have the Honda Civic.
No!
Heartbroken.
Ugh.
I'm guessing, yeah.
My beautiful little Honda Civic is in danger.
Your Honda Civic could be
It
458.
could be next. No. Carry on with the list before I start crying on radio.
Oh, we have Ford pickup full size
Fullest.
for number 3 at 425. Number 4 is the Jeep Cherokee / Grand Cherokee at 336. Number 5, we have the Nissan Altima at 277. Number 6 is the Toyota Camry.
Innovation that
274.
excites.
Yeah.
That was not an
Nice.
advertisement.
Number 7, we have Honda CRV at 239. The Ford Ecoline at E3500 at 199. Takes the number 8 spot. Number 9 is the Toyota Corolla.
No.
Yeah. 184. Last but finally not least, we have the Ford Ecoline E250 at 158 steals.
Guys, this is a heartwarming message to my one and only Jessica, aka my Honda Civic. Silver, beautiful color, amazing interior. Do you have an aux cord? No. Are you updated at all? No. Do you drive? Absolutely. And I'm worried about you. I care about you. And if you're ever in danger, please let me know, because I can't lose you. And I don't want to take the train anymore in life. But yeah, guys, this is tragic. And I know Aiden, fellow Honda as well. This is disgusting. This is an embarrassment to society. This is downright horrible. Aiden,
Isaiah, we got to put a stop to it.
we have to.
We got to stop him.
Hashtag protect Honda Civics.
Save the Hondas. Get it
2021.
trending worldwide.
As soon as you said stolen vehicles, I was like, Honda's topping the list.
Yeah.
And by like 200.
I know. They're Hey, Hondas are dominating this list. Let's
Let's
go. You know what's also sad? Toyota's being on this list as well.
Yeah.
Just heart-wrenching. This list is very hard to just look at, because I feel that these cars deserve better. They don't deserve to be stolen. Cars
Yeah.
are people too. Gina, do you have a car? Did yours make the list?
No,
No. What do you drive, Gina?
I think a Jeep. I really don't know. I'm not.
Is it
into
a massive
cars.
Jeep,
Is it
Gina?
the big butt? Is it the big boy?
No, it's like those
Is it square?
no, I don't know what it's like the Cherokee Jeeps, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
number
Hey, you're on the
4.
list.
Woo!
Oh, it's on the list.
You're
Yeah.
on the list. Welcome, Gina. It's
Okay,
a
number
great
4.
opportunity to be here. Laura,
Yes,
is your car, do you have a car?
I do.
Okay, is your car on this list?
No.
Oh, you have a Tesla, don't you, Laura?
Surprise. No. I drive a 2017 Chevy Cruze.
Chevy Cruze?
Yeah.
Wow.
I occasionally drive my mom's car, so.
Does she? Oh, your mom has
She
a
has a
Tesla.
Ford Escape.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
Fords.
All right, I
Go
rescind your
America.
Whole Foods card, Laura.
I don't have a Whole Foods card, but you can have it if I ever make one.
Exactly. Hey guys, what an exciting list. And as much as we want to talk about these cars and all, eventually we do have to go to a break. But before we go to break, Laura, what do you want to say to the people whose cars are in danger?
I'm sorry. Well, sorry for your loss. Well, you didn't lose him yet, but you will be in my thoughts and prayers.
T's and P's to all you car owners on this
Yeah.
list. I know I'm gonna be watching my back, making sure no one wants to steal my
I'll
rundown
protect your
car.
Jessica, Isaias. I will protect her for
Jessica, if you're seeing this, a heart on Facebook
you.
Live.
Big hearts.
We love you, Jess.
All the hearts.
Oh my lordy lord, we are back here on the Morning Buzz on Wednesday, y'all. Here we are. It's me and the crew. Crystal is not here today with us, but instead we have the one and only Laura.
That's my mate.
That's
Oh, wait,
me. What?
that's-
Wait, what a second. Hold
What?
on. What accent are you doing?
I don't know, mate.
Um,
It's a mix between British and Australian, but
interesting. Gina, we haven't heard you speak for a while.
Mhm.
Where exactly are you from again?
From New Jersey.
Gina? I can't hear you, Gina. No, I didn't put Zoom on. All right. Gina, were you doing an accent?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put you on
So
the
my-
spot right now, Gina. Do an accent for all the viewers here on the Morning Buzz.
Oh, I'm so bad at doing accents.
Ugh.
Ayo, cheerio.
What? Wow, I was
King
immersed.
Julian, that was great, King Julian.
Oh my god. Mort, please.
Oh.
His
No.
name's Mort, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No more, don't do it. Please, King Julian.
King
King
Julian.
Julian.
That needs to be a sound effect here on the station.
I'll make it.
Please do.
I will.
Aiden, this is our daily check-in with Aiden. I don't know if he's alive anymore. Have you done your monster yet, Aiden?
No, I actually downed 2 before I got here.
No way, Aiden.
I
How many
slammed the
ounces?
one that was in my fridge, and then I got another one from the vending machine and drank it on the way.
You are a monster.
Oh,
So
Laura?
tired.
You're killing it today.
Thank you.
Wow.
Defending.
Aiden, I'm concerned about your heart.
Oh, it's still beating.
It's still
Mostly.
okay. Gina, if he dies, just let us know at some point. We'll send someone here to save him at some point. But actually, you know what, Aiden, unmute your mic again. I put Gina on the spot. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot. We need an accent right now.
I cannot do any accent except for the one I have.
Ah,
I
Aiden.
can do like angry New Yorker, New Jersey. Like
Are you
I'm
walking
walking here.
Yeah.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking
Get out
here.
of my. Yeah, no, that's about it.
That was
I
great.
got you with like angry New Jersey.
Hey, it's an accent at the very least, Aiden. We appreciate you very much for doing that. But we
My heart's
have
touched.
some interesting stories left in the show. But before we get to that, Gina, we teased it earlier, and I want to talk about it now. We have possibly killer clowns back in action.
Let us know.
Let us know, Gina.
Is the creepy killer clown craze happening again? Well, back in 2016, this craze was born when clowns were reportedly trying to lure children into the woods, causing a whirlwind of arrests and sighting across the states, causing schools and businesses to go into a panic, where they banned anything that resembled a clown costume due to many colleges going into lockdowns because they believed armed clowns were on their campuses. TikTok has been surging with videos of people sighting these clowns in a very public places, bringing up the 2016 reports on when these clowns started popping up and tried to lure children into the woods. In places like Singapore and Minneapolis, there have been multiple reports of individuals dressed clowns around schools and public places, causing their clowns mass hysteria once again. Parents becoming terrified about bringing their children to schools. People have been scared of clowns since they got turned into horror figures, especially due to the author Stephen King, who introduced Pennywise, the dancing clown, to the world. People fear the unknown because you never know who or what is under that mask and all that makeup. Not knowing their true intention makes them even more frightening. If this craze continues once again, remember to stay safe and always be aware of your surroundings. Even if it's presumed as a joke, always be cautious and trust your instincts.
Wow.
Yikes.
Gina,
That
once
is
again,
crazy.
stellar work. And clowns are disgusting things. They should be exiled and banned from this country forever. Why do
I
we
agree.
need clowns?
Definitely.
Beep beep,
Yeah,
Bridgie.
Tommy, what are you saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying I recall years ago, like I mean, when the clown sightings first happened at 16, I didn't know about them that well, but then just watching them a few years ago, I'm revisiting these incidents that involved them in 16. It's disgusting, like there's just no room for this behavior.
That's just so
Especially now.
weird.
And now, yes, I'm
Who's
like,
dressing up as clowns?
why are people dressing up in clowns just to like haunt people or hurt innocent children? Like, what's the point of doing that?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably
Is
for
it
the
supposed to be a prank or
views.
something?
For the views.
For the
Yeah, you
views.
gotta grow your YouTube channel somehow.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tommy.
If you're just gonna do it, at least do it appropriately for Halloween. But other than that, it's
No, you know
inappropriate.
what, Tommy? Not even for Halloween. That's a lame costume.
I mean, maybe I went a little overboard on that.
Tommy,
but,
what are you dressing up as Halloween this year? You doing Halloween?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea if I'm gonna be dressing up. I may consider
You should.
retiring from dressing up from Halloween.
Hmm.
You
I used
should be
to,
festive.
Growing
Could
up,
be a
I used to have
piñata.
different
A
costumes.
piñata? You could be a clown.
Yeah, go as a
No,
clown. What's
not
the worst
doing
that can
that.
happen?
No, I'm not doing that.
Isaias, what are you going to be for Halloween?
Me, Halloween. All right. I'm just gonna say it now. I'm sure I've said it at some point on air. I hate Halloween. I despise Halloween. I don't enjoy it at all. I think
Why?
it's very
I hate Halloween.
mid-holiday, very just.
No, I'm not into Halloween either that
Gina
much.
gets it. See, I like Gina because she
No.
gets it.
I'm casual into Halloween. I mean, I'll just pretty much go to the party,
Casual.
just hang
Me
out with
too.
friends and do something like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Like I'm in the middle. I'm like, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Halloween. My
Of
favorite
course you do, Aiden. John
Wait.
Mulaney and Halloween.
My
Wait,
heart
wait,
is
Aiden,
breaking.
Are
What's
you
up?
going as John Mulaney for Halloween?
Oh,
I am
God.
not. I have a costume planned with my girlfriend. I'm gonna
Aw.
be one of the guards from the Squid Game. I've got like the
Oh.
mask and
Wow.
the tracksuit, and she's gonna
Very
be
creative,
Very
Aiden.
creative.
I'm sure no one
Hey,
else thought of that
no,
one.
it's not.
like
It's not original.
Oh, it's not like I get all the ads for their costumes on Snapchat.
For real. I'm like, all right, it's just a jumpsuit, is it not?
Jumpsuit.
But hey, we love couple costumes.
We
Aiden.
do.
That's cool.
Wait, which one of you is which?
I'm gonna be the guard, and she's either gonna be one of the survivors, or she was thinking of like wearing a black dress and one of those golden masks and being one of the VIPs.
Oh my God.
She should be the VIP.
The VIP. Oh, that scene was so gross.
Yeah, that
Oh my
was
God.
an awful scene.
No,
Yeah.
as I was watching this, like this man's about to do something very unnecessary.
Mhm.
Have you all seen Squid Game at all?
I watched 2 episodes.
Then you don't even know the VIPs yet, Laura.
Well, I know of them.
Nah, you see the VIP. They're a different breed of people, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's some interesting characters.
That's probably why I said that. Because
Yeah.
I know like something's gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gina, you plan on watching Squid Game?
I watched the first episode, but only like 15 minutes of it. But I haven't
Oh.
gotten into it
It
yet.
didn't hook you.
Yeah,
Okay, I have a question. Did you watch it in the English dub or were you reading subtitles?
the English dub.
Oh, okay, Gina. Here's the
Aw.
problem. You cannot do that with any entertainment. Dubs is a big no-no.
Wait.
Please.
Isaias, are you a weeb?
No, I don't really watch anime or anything like that. But if I'm watching any foreign language film, I like foreign films. It has to be because you're missing the whole emotion of how they talk because it's just whoever's voice acting overdubs are terrible. They're like,
Oh.
oh gosh, he just tried to kill me. And it's always just so
Yeah.
out there and it doesn't match their voice at all. So Gina, if you're gonna give it a shot, please, for the love of great entertainment,
Yes.
put it on Korean and
Please
just
do.
read the subtitles.
Even the
I
subtitles.
will.
are
That's
not
what
bad.
everyone says to do instead of
Mhm.
because the English it makes it all weird.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched like the first like 15 minutes in English, and I'm like, this feels so wrong.
Exactly. It
I
feels
felt
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Ah!
Lord, did we just become best friends?
Are we in sync?
Are we gonna make a bunk bed and then break? Have you guys seen that movie? No? Have you guys not seen what is that movie? I remember the name. It's with Will Ferrell and the other guy. Step
Step
Brothers.
Brothers.
Hey, Step Brothers is the. Have you guys seen Step Brothers? No.
No. I'm sorry.
Aiden gets it. Hey, you made up for your John Mulaney comment earlier. Step Brothers is a funny film, guys. If you're into just like stupid comedies, definitely watch it. One of my favorite comedy movies because it's so ridiculous. Yeah. Anyways, that's been your Halloween update.
Oh yeah.
As always, Gina killing it with her trending host segment. It was so great. We gave her 2 spots on the show. We might even give her the whole hour next episode. No, I doubt she wants to do an hour of preparation for the show at like 10 p.m. Hey guys, before we move on to our next story, I will say, as last night I'm filling out the little script, and I noticed that Gina's segment had a word that you just can't say on radio, and I was like, oh no, I have to just say this right now, because that's a dangerous game we're playing. We don't want to get canceled by the FCC or anything, so
Or the
I very
VIPs.
creepily said it in like bold letters as she's like doing her thing. I'm like, please remove this word, thank you.
I saw you typing it when I was looking through the script, and I'm like, what
You're like,
just happened?
oh, nice.
Ah.
But yeah, guys, we avoided it. Shout out to us, Gina. Thank you again. You're gonna stay on the rest of the show. We'll get your opinions on the rest of these crazy stories here. Aiden, you're still here. I'm glad to know that you're still breathing. Tommy's even here still too. Tommy, I can't believe you're still here.
Yeah, it's actually surprising for once. A record, I should say. I'm gonna try to keep that up.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next story. Laura, there's a game I have never heard of, and 2 twins have mastered this game with a possible world record. Do you want to tell us about it?
Sure. I haven't even heard this as well, so we're in the same boat. Or should I say pickle? Because twins set pickleball world record with more than 16,000 shots. I'm so punny in the morning.
Nice.
And I didn't even know this was a game or a record to break news. A pair of identical twins took to a pickleball court in Connecticut to set a Guinness World Record with more than 16,000 consecutive shots. Angelo and Ettore Rossetti, former tennis pros who previously set Guinness World Records for longest tennis rally and longest tennis volley rally, spent 6 hours and 11 minutes swinging around their pickleball paddles at the Tennis and Fitness Center of Rocky Hill to set a new record. The brothers have been aiming for a goal about 15,000 shots and surpassed their goal by more than 1,000 shots, they said. The record attempt also was a way to raise funds for charity.
Wow. Here are my thoughts. Have you guys ever been in a scenario where someone was like, let's go play pickleball?
No.
Do any of you guys know? Of course, Aiden. This is an Aiden-like game to play.
Really?
You play pickleball?
No, I would never enjoy a game of pickleball.
Aiden, that sounds quite dill of you.
Laura, you're fired. Aiden,
really
you've been
bad.
promoted.
Thank you. No, my gym class back in high school, we had like 4 segments, and it was volleyball, pickleball, and badminton. And pickleball is like the worst sport ever. It's just a lowered volleyball net, and you get this like flat ping pong paddle, and you slap wiffle balls across like the course.
Wait, so
That's
it's
pickleball?
Yeah,
table tennis,
it's
on a
big
tennis
table
court.
tennis.
Large table tennis.
I got hit in the head multiple because no one would play the game right because we were like kids in gym class.
Yeah.
Most of the time you'd throw the ball up and then spike it down on the next guy. And I got domed a few times. It wasn't great.
I have a stock image of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls playing pickleball.
That's a very specific stock image.
Isn't it?
Is it intense?
No, they're just like jumping around in their little outfits, like, yeah, pickleball. And I'm like, okay.
It's just I mean this in the most polite of ways, but pickleball has got to be the whitest game I've ever heard in my life. How do you even come up with pickleball? Well, how does that even mean? How do you get the name pickleball?
I guess someone like.
Oh, Aiden, you raised your hand?
Oh, I have no idea. No, but you saying that reminded me of the league of old white people in my town that had like pickleball tournaments, and they would take.
No way!
Yeah, no, I was like a film kid back in high school, and I would have to like film them for my school.
Oh,
and I remember I just sit in the
God.
corner with a buddy and we'd make fun. because they just be like playing pickleball, and one of the times he was about to make a joke, and the ball got slapped into the camera. They hit it really hard.
I think instead of playing dodgeball next year for College Radio Day, we should play pickleball.
A pickleball tournament.
Yes.
Were you there playing dodgeball, Laura?
I wasn't. I'm
You
not.
wasn't?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not a dodgeball gal.
No, you're not a super athlete.
What? Not really. I danced.
Oh,
did
you're a
cheer.
dancer.
Yeah.
What kind of dance?
I did tap jazz, and in the early days, I did ballet, and then high school, I went on to cheer.
Oh, okay. You know what, Gina? Did you
Sports.
sports? Did you sports back in the day, Gina?
Go sports.
I also danced, but
Woohoo!
a little bit.
What kind of
What
dance?
did you do?
What I did for what? Which one?
For dancing.
Oh, dancing. I did. Well, I still do like hip hop, ballet. I did, but I don't like it. Jazz, contemporary. But my favorite is ballroom. I do ballroom dancing.
Really?
cool.
That's awesome.
Thank
Are we
you.
gonna catch Gina on Dancing with the Stars?
Could be.
Yeah.
What if Gina's already on Dancing with the Stars and she just hasn't told anyone?
What?
We will never know.
Yes, front row tickets, everyone.
Aiden, you seem like a dancer, right? Yeah. Other than
I was a wonderful dancer.
Oh, I bet. What kind of dance did you get into, Aiden?
I absolutely tore it up in the Congo we did at prom. That's about it.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I was a soccer football kid growing up. That's about it.
Nice.
Ran track.
Oh, a triple athlete, Aiden? Are you
What?
shredded, man?
No, dude, I was amazingly average at every single one of those sports.
Amazingly average. We love to hear it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. Little did I know we are all super athletes here on the Morning Buzz.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, okay, last question. Real question. Would you ever play pickleball now? No.
No.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Pickleball seems very stupid. If anything, just play like Wii Sports tennis. That was
Nice shot.
oh, I saw a different video where they said something else. Anyways, can't say that on air, so we're just gonna move on to our next story. You know what, Laura, we heard you tell the last story, and we loved it so much that we want you to talk again about a mysterious box.
What? A suspicious box left outside sister's library contains an unexpected item. A suspicious styrofoam box. Out of all boxes, it was styrofoam, I guess.
Styrofoam.
Left by the front door of the Deschutes Public Library branch. The staff at the library called sheriff's dispatcher shortly before 10 a.m. Suddenly, buildings surrounding the library were put into a shelter-in-place in order for the mysterious box to be examined. An Oregon State Police bomb squad technician in Bend was also called to the scene, x-rayed the box, and found it was full of ... books. They were opening, and during their initial walk around of the facility, found a styrofoam box near the front door. Outside the door, Davis said. They called us. We called the OSP bomb squad. They sent their technician from Bend, who came and x-rayed the box, found it was books. Davis said the library staff did not overreact, and they did the right thing. They were closed for 2 days over the weekend, Sunday and Monday, he said. They don't take donations. There was no note or anything written on it. They were being diligent. We did not open the boxes that were unknown to us either, Davis added.
Wow. Okay. Why styrofoam box?
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that such a weird box to leave?
Yeah, and plus, like,
very sketchy.
Right? Like you could have picked any, like just a cardboard box.
Little sus among us. Sus. Very sus.
Laura, it's been a fun time hosting with you, but we're gonna have to let you go again.
Yep.
No Among Us references here.
Sus. Anyway.
I'm
Little
the
sus.
imposter. Do people still play that?
I don't think so.
No, man. I never played it, so I only like heard of it.
I played it once. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you played it, Laura?
Once.
Back in your streaming days?
Yeah, I was a streamer, guys. I was a YouTuber. Subscribe.
She had like 500 million on Twitch at one point, and then she like retired
to
really just focus on herself and
retired
find
to
her
come...
inner person.
Yeah. I actually retired to come to WMSC 90.3 Upper Montclair.
Wow, you even got the call sign down?
Yeah.
Guys, I officially resigned from my position here at the Morning Buzz. Laura is now the assistant producer. It's been fun, but I quit. Anyways,
Box.
the box. Okay. Imagine just having a whole area shut down because of a box filled with books. That's very unfortunate.
Mm.
My question is, though, I wonder what kind of books were left in the box, and did they keep the books?
Mm.
Interesting. Prediction. Do you guys read it all?
Yeah.
Okay, Aiden, I'm learning a lot about you today.
What do you read, Aiden? Please enlighten us.
Yes.
Enlighten us with your knowledge.
Aiden's book club.
I read a lot of those like fiction novels. Recently, I've been working my way through. Before I say this, the author, absolutely awful person. Always pirate his books if you can. But I've been reading a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft books to learn about cosmic horror because I'm trying to work that into films. They're not awful. Yeah, no, H.P. Lovecraft was an awful person, but he was one of like the founding fathers of cosmic horror. So all his work like bleeds into every other work that follows it. So I'm trying to like find out the source and see what I can find from that. So I've been reading through 2 of his books, like collection of short stories.
Okay.
Very interesting.
You know, interesting enough, Aiden. I'm glad you said that because I have no clue what you just mentioned. Cosmic powers? What is that?
So cosmic horror is like that it's like the fear of the unknown, but mixed with something like massive and impossible to understand. So a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's works, he would talk about like old gods and like cosmic power of like giant like gods and stuff that was so understandable that if you even looked at it, your like brain would melt. Like you'd go insane. So it's really interesting, absolutely terrifying and really strange, but really interesting.
Seems like it. What is the most recent book that you read then? What is it called?
I read the short story, one of his longest stories. It was Shadow over Innsmouth, which follows like an author, and he goes back to Innsmouth. It's this town. He goes to stay there, but the town, all the people there, once they reach a certain age, they turn into like fish creatures because they made a pact with an old god like 200 years before, and they have to like sacrifice newcomers to like their god. And it was really weird. It was really good. And the guy at the end, he finds out, whatever. I don't think you guys are gonna read any H.P. Lovecraft work. It's kind of yeah. He finds out that he's a fish too. Like his father was like
plot twist. They're all fish people.
I know they're all fish
Spoiled it.
people. No, but I mean his books are solid. Just absolutely vile human being. Guy was awful.
I'm gonna take your word for it, Aiden. He probably is a very awful human being. And you are a terrible person. Gina, do you read books? You do the book thing?
No, I'm not a big book person. I rather
that's fair.
watch a movie if it's like a book and a movie. I rather.
Yeah, Gina gets
That's
Gina gets.
That is one thing I can agree on.
Tommy spoken again. If Tommy speaks on it, it's got to be true.
Yeah, I'm more of a movie guy than
Gina?
a book guy.
What was that, Tommy?
I said I'm more of a movie guy than a book guy.
Oh, for real. Fair. Gina, what was the last book you did read then?
I don't even remember the last book I read. I can't even recall. It's like, I guess like a textbook for school, but I don't think I read like picked up a book and was like, I'm going to read this and I'm going to like enjoy it. Like a good book. I don't know. Yeah.
You know, I can't even hit on that because I'm in a similar situation. Laura, we need to know from you. You're the last person. Books. You be booking?
Okay. I need to establish that when I was like 12, 13, I loved to read.
Oh, was that part of your emo phase?
That was the prequel. Actually,
nice.
I went through a Harry Potter phase.
Of course. You know what?
Go Ravenclaw.
Laura? That makes sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Harry Potter was the gateway.
I was there too.
Yeah. Wait. Aiden, what house are you in?
Potter.
Gryffindor.
I mean, it makes sense.
Gryffindor. Can you guys guess what my house would be?
Hufflepuff.
Oh, that's racist. That's got to be racist, Laura.
Wait, did you actually Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, low-key?
What does that even mean? What is okay?
I've never seen Harry Potter or like seen any of the movies, and everyone's like, "Oh, what house do you?" I don't understand anything about it.
You know what, Gina? I got to be honest. I 100% respect your dedication to not see a Harry Potter movie, considering it has been on TV on every channel for an absurd amount of time.
They show it for at the end of July for
Yep.
Harry's birthday. They show it for back to school. They show it for Halloween. I'm not complaining, but like still,
It's literally
a lot.
Harry Potter weekend on what is it, Freeform now?
It
Every
is?
weekend.
It was like
Literally,
Harry
like, every
Potter
other week.
weekend. Yeah. It was Harry Potter weekend a few weeks ago
Yeah.
on Sci-Fi or something.
And here's the thing. Growing up, Harry Potter was not my thing, but my sister and my mom loved the Harry Potter series. So I naturally would go to the movie theaters with them to watch the Harry Potter movies. And, I wouldn't say I hated them, but I also wouldn't say I loved them either. But yeah, that's my opinion on Harry Potter. I think it's okay. I don't mind them.
You should take the house quiz though.
Okay.
Right
Okay. But coming from
WMSC house
someone
quiz?
that is not fully immersed in the Harry Potter universe.
You're gonna be like, what is this?
Yeah, no. But what is okay? You said you come across as Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff?
Moi?
Cum laude? You said I'm either Ravenclaw or
I meant
Hufflepuff.
you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
What does that mean? What makes me those houses?
Okay, so Hufflepuff is a bunch of like people, like hardworking people, as I would say, very loyal, very hardworking. Ravenclaws are the creative, smart ones, and all that. So I feel like you're definitely a
Lord.
mix.
You're breaking my heart. That means so much. I'm a proud Ravenclaw Hufflepuff person.
Ravenpuff.
Ravenpuff, yeah.
So I think my mix would be Ravenclaw and Slytherin, to be honest.
Because your emo phase, you'd be Slytherin.
Yes.
That makes sense.
My name is Ebony Darkness, Dementia Ravenway.
No, not that coffee pasta. Take it away.
Oh god.
I love how you know exactly what I'm talking about
As soon as you
too.
said Raven, you're like, oh.
Hey, I'm glad me and Gina have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Be happy. Be happy.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna move on to another story, and this story is frightening to me as a human being on Earth, as E.T. might be coming home, y'all. In a terrifying fashion, astronomy experts have detected unusual signals coming from the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Some experts believe that an undiscovered stellar object could be the culprit of abnormal radio waves. In a statement from Mr. Wang, the lead author of a study discovered, has this to say: the strangest property of this new signal is that it has a very high polarization. This means its light oscillates in only one direction, but that direction rotates with them. We've never seen anything like it. Wang and his team originally thought the strange signal came from a pulsar, and for those who don't know science, pulsars is a heavily dense, rapidly spinning star that gives off solar flares. A lot of science talk right now. But that was dismissed because the radio waves don't match what they expect from these type of celestial objects. So what causes the signal wave? Well, let me tell you right now. Actually, I can't. I lied. Scientists still can't explain how this happened. The team hopes improvements in telescopes could only improve eventually one day with technology evolving. But until then, guys, watch your back for clowns and aliens.
Actually, I think you mean extraterrestrials.
You're
according
right.
To Demi Lovato, because...
Guys, hold on. Hold on. Let me set the scene as Laura did. I'm on the floor and next to my couch, tears on my eyes. Guys, I just want to take this moment to say, when I said aliens, that was a younger version of myself. And I did not mean any harm with these statements. And I said the A word without approval and just being ignorant to the situation. But it has come to my attention that these are extraterrestrial. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering so much because this is such a hard moment in my life. Anyways, guys, I'm super sorry. And if you want to unsubscribe, go right ahead. But I'm going to take a break for the next 2 months. And when I come back, content's going to be crazy. I'm going to do vlogs every day, live streams on the weekend. And yes, crop the merch. We have crop tops and socks coming this fall. Yeah, guys, back to extraterrestrial, not aliens, because Demi Lovato, she's been in contact with these things. What do you guys think of this story? Do you think it's aliens?
Before I look like a conspiracy theorist, y'all rock with aliens? Like, do you believe in them?
Yo, they got to be aliens somewhere,
There's
man.
something.
There's something there. I don't know
Just don't know
what
what
it
it is.
is or
Yes.
who it is, but they are out there.
Yeah. But it's just so offensive to call them.
You're right.
Okay.
Aiden,
Extraterrestrial. I am so sorry. Let me put on my camera, include like a few crying. I'll put
Been
some
our
teardrops
record
in my eyes.
performance of
Do
apology
it Laura
videos.
Lee style. I'm so sorry.
I am so sorry. I have been educated by all of you. I can't even do it.
We can't do it anymore. Too many. Gina, you want to make an apology video for anything? Have you said the A word yet?
Aliens.
Oh,
Now I just said it.
no. Apologize.
I am so sorry. I really want to make a really formal apology that I said the A word. I am just heartbroken and just feel devastated over the situation. But I'll be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment what I should do in my next video when I make it back on YouTube. Thank you, guys.
That was
Subscribe.
very natural.
Gina, are you a former YouTuber?
That
Were you
was
canceled at one point,
Top
Gina?
tier.
Are you coming back?
I'm coming back.
Canceled
Making
Coming
a comeback.
her, as you should.
Yes. Back to this amazing discovery.
Get back to aliens.
Whoa.
Whoa, I'm
Chill. Come on.
Come
You guys,
on.
I'm here with another apology.
Yeah, guys. Okay, so we asked the hit question. Do you guys believe in aliens? Okay, say this scenario, right? You're walking on your way to Morning Buzz. You see something fly out of the skyline right in front of you. What do you do?
Fighting it.
You're
Fighting.
instantly fighting
He
it?
said fight or flight.
Fighting it. I
said fight.
It's
I
all
got
that
so-
monster that gives you this aggression, Aiden, in the mornings.
It's not aggression. It's just I want to test my worth a bunch of like I've always wanted to fight a silverback gorilla just to see what would happen.
What is that phrase? What does that even mean?
I want to test
You
how
just
I
want to
would
fight
react.
gorillas?
Yeah, like if an alien came down, one of those little green guys.
Green guys.
Okay, Aiden. You see a deer, right, on your way here. Are you fighting the deer?
Swinging.
Are you what?
I saw
If it
4
cuts in
deer.
front of me,
You saw the 4 deer?
right
I saw 4 deer on my way over here.
By
Now,
College Hall or whatever?
it was by Sinatra in the
Hmm,
village.
I don't know what Sinatra means, but actually, I think I know where that is.
Yeah.
But I saw 4 deer as well, and you can
Wow.
catch it exclusively on my Instagram story, guys. That's right. I'm
Oh,
finally
yeah.
using Instagram. Haven't posted a single picture, but it was such a beautiful little deer. I recorded
Wait, I
him.
want to look.
Go ahead. But I saw him and I was like, he's so cute. Deer are such beautiful little creatures.
Oh dear.
they're
Gina,
really cute until they're running in front of my car.
that's true.
That's
That's a
very true.
problem.
They be doing a lot of interesting things with their feet. Gina, you see a deer. I take a
Oh.
video. I want to touch it. But do you fight it or do you just let it be?
Let it go in front of me. You know, I'll wait. I'm actually more afraid of the deer than you think, so I'll let it go in front of me.
Are you
I'll
a,
let it pass. I'll go around a different way just so the deer can have a clear path to
Would
go.
you
where it
say-
needs to go.
would you say you're a deer in headlights?
Laura, back at it. Hold on, we have an air horn.
I was gonna dab, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do that to our visual.
We played all the sound effects all at one time, guys. We still have like 9 more to click, but hey, Laura again. Strike. Did I just call you Laura? Oh, I feel bad actually about
That's
that.
okay. I don't
I
know.
feel that's offensive to you.
That's okay. I
Is
don't know.
Laura's like a slur?
Laura's. It's like the A word.
It's like the A. Yeah. Hold on, let me
No, I'm kidding,
apologize
I'm
really
kidding.
quick. Laura, I want to say I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah. I love deer. They're so majestic looking, I feel. Very cute
Yes.
animals. But I will say, there was one time I was walking away from school. School was over, walking home. Where I went to school, I had to walk through a forest, take a shortcut. So sometimes you run into animals, but this time I saw a group of particular animals that I was not willing to just walk by. There was like 6 or 7 raccoons in the middle of the day, and I said, you know what? I can walk by a deer. That's fine. Stray cat, cool. Raccoons in the middle of the day, not a chance. I turned around and I said, you know what? I'm gonna add 20 minutes to my walk and avoid this confrontation that I know I will lose on sight. Because these raccoons, I do not want to mess with them. I will say, actually, raccoons are kind of cute to me. I think they're cute. You don't like
You
raccoons,
hit
Gina?
yourself with a rabies shot and just start swinging.
Exactly. Like what is it? What do the people with diabetes carry? No, an
Insulin
EpiPen.
shots.
An EpiPen
I
for
thought-
allergic people.
Why did my brain go rabies? And I'm like, wait, that's not right.
The people with diabetes also have rabies as well. They have a rabies booster shot. Gina, you had an interesting reaction when I said raccoons were cute. Do you hate raccoons, Gina?
No, they're so scary. Like I had an encounter with one. Not like it like attacked me or anything, but I was like I left my house, I was walking and I went down the street. I don't know why. I think it was for like in 6th grade. Like we did a project where you like had to look at the moon every night and like draw the moon. So I went out, looked at the moon, I came back, and then there's like something on my front porch. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's the neighbor's dog. I thought it was the neighbor's dog or the neighbor's cat. So I'm walking close to it. All of a sudden I see the raccoon and I panic. I'm like by myself. I freak out, start screaming. I run to my car and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. But the raccoon was just like sitting there, and I got so close to it. I thought I was like almost reaching my hand out, thinking it was like a dog or
Oh
something.
my
And ever
god.
since then, I'm just like, I can't.
Wait,
Raccoons.
how old were
like,
you again?
I was probably like 13, 14.
Okay.
The raccoon wanted to offer you a brand deal.
Not that your YouTuber days.
Oh yeah.
Presented by raccoons.
Yeah.
You know, I love animals and all that. Laura,
Mhm.
you see a raccoon. Do you think it's cute, ugly?
Yes, it's cute.
Isn't it cute?
It's cute, but I'm not gonna touch it.
Oh no, I would never touch. a
Admire
raccoon.
from afar.
Yeah.
Trash pandas. They're trash pandas.
Yes.
Wait, are you on the subreddit too?
I have not been on the subreddit, but
Ah.
that seems like something I should join.
It's very cute. I feel like you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah. Hey, Aiden knows.
Aiden knows, yeah.
I will say, there's this TikTok or channel, I think, or he's probably made just like a couple videos, but owns a raccoon as a pet, and he's like trained it to be almost like a dog,
Hmm.
and it's so cute. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you can make a raccoon a pet like that. My fear is that one day, I don't feed him enough, or I miss like dinner one time, and he comes and just like, nah, tonight, you're my dinner.
Tonight is the night.
Yeah, tonight's the night where I
And we only have
arise.
tonight.
Is that like a song there?
I think so. I don't know.
Is that an emo song?
I'm looking it up.
Christabel?
Actually.
Aiden, would you ever own a raccoon as a pet, or are you strictly? Do you like pets, or do you
I
are you
love
just-
pets.
Okay, you don't want to fight dogs.
No. I've actually I like non-pets made into pet. Like I remember I used to go to Comic Cons a lot with my friends, and this lady had a distinct skunk.
Oh.
You can
She kept on, like, her
de-stink a
shoulder.
skunk.
Yeah, you could take out.
Yeah, and
the
then you can make it into a
limbs.
pet. Really like inhumane, but when I was
Very.
like 13, it was super cool.
That's like declawing your cat. They like literally chop off your cat's paw, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really gross. I don't like.
Yeah, I used to think, oh, everyone should get their cats declawed, and then someone explained to me what declawing is. I'm like, that is terrible.
Yeah, it's very inhumane.
Very. So guys, this is coming from me. Please do not declaw your cats.
Don't do it.
No, don't do it.
Saying that this, I'm not getting a raccoon as a pet. We've had raccoons in the backyard of my old house.
Hmm.
Really?
It's not
Yeah.
illegal for you to take one.
They were pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Rabid.
Oh. How many were there, Tommy?
I've lost count.
Okay.
I moved out of there almost a year and a half ago, so at least I'm
Mm.
free from that.
You're free from the raccoons. Hey, I hope you live on campus, I think, Tommy. Honestly, I hope a group of friendly raccoons camp out of your dorm for the rest of this year.
And they'll snuggle you.
Yeah. And you become best friends with them.
Gonna wanna be my best friend, baby.
Hey guys, that has been a spectacular show, and we're 3 minutes left. And you know what? I don't really have any stories left on the script either.
I took a BuzzFeed quiz.
You took a BuzzFeed? Okay, what are you?
Okay, so it was we know which Disney princess you are based on your Urban Outfitters choices, and I got Belle.
Okay, hold on a second. First off, interest. Do you agree with Belle as your pick?
Minus the book thing, I guess.
Okay. Here's.
I like books.
Have you guys been to Urban Outfitters?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters gives me the same energy that Whole Foods gives me. where I walked into Urban Outfitters and I was like, I am not one of you people, respectfully, but you guys are looking down upon me right now, and I do not like it. It's very uncomfortable in there. The same way where I was walking in Whole Foods, I walked in, I was like, maybe they got some juices,
All
you
the
know, fresh
freaky
juice.
girls shopping
And
at
then
Whole
orange juice is like $70 for 1 pint, and it's disappointment. Yes.
That's how I felt getting dragged into Lululemon.
Lululemon.
No, you
I got-
didn't.
Yeah, no,
Ooh,
because
Aiden,
I
you're
was
starting a
at
war.
I was at a mall with my girlfriend, and she was like, "You would look so good in this," and she showed me this like jacket, and I was like, it doesn't look bad. I get it to the register, too late to turn back now. $138 for a jacket.
Dude, that's
100
Lulu
and-
for you.
Why
I
didn't you
never
check the
spend
price
my money.
tag?
I
That's
didn't think
Lulu
it was gonna be that
Citrus.
much.
Oh, Aiden, that's rule number one. I
I
always
know.
check the price
Me
tag,
too.
man.
It's not
Because
about
I'm
the
used to my
price
stuff
tag.
being like under like $30, $20, $40, somewhere in that range. When I go clothing shopping.
You got finessed. Did you buy it?
I did buy it. It's in my college dorm.
You bought it?
I
You
bought it. I was
did
at the register.
Oh,
Say no.
And
you
I
literally could be
had
like,
my
oh,
You should have
okay.
said no.
I had my girlfriend's discount. It had to happen.
Okay, with discount, how much was it?
119? 109? I know. It's a nice jacket though. It's good.
Yeah. Okay, you should just like, I don't know, go to Plato's, a thrift store,
I like
Marshalls. Instead, you went full price
Or
at
TJ
the
Maxx.
mall.
You can go TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx be having good stuff, man.
TJ
Yeah.
Maxx
Yeah.
does.
Hey, shout out
I'll-
to them. This is not a sponsor, guys. But that does it here for the Morning Buzz here. The Wednesday edition. Laura will be back tomorrow on the
yeah.
Thursday show. Not as a co-host, but she did a great job today, and you'll hear more from her
you.
tomorrow. But until then, for this crew, the best crew, Wednesday holding it down. See you next week on WMC Upper Montclair.